Let me start. Um, if they play that way, they'll win games. They're going through exactly what we went through a year ago. And stuff didn't bounce your way, but you know we can do this. And so my guess is I wouldn't want to play these guys the next couple games. We go 2 for 17 from the three and eke out a game. And my two freshmen played well. I thought DJ did a great job on pack. Billy and Carter, our 8 guys, all 8 played well. Gave us something. So, but I'm going to say it again. I've been there a year ago. Then all of a sudden you start winning games and you look around and you're right there. I'm just happy we won't play them. Go ahead.
Yeah, I believe this is still the case. Darius and Malik are the highest scoring freshman duo in the country. I guess and obviously they came up big again today. I guess just how have you seen those two kind of develop and build that chemistry since they've been on campus together?
I had a mother of a kid we're recruiting said, I'm gonna be honest with you, I never thought you'd get those two to play together. I can't believe it. I don't know how you did it. But that's getting really good players to give up something, to be about each other. That's what we do. So when you say having 2 freshman guards, Malik Monk, De'Aaron Fox, John Wall, Eric, but I can name about 12 other pairs, that they grow to love each other and respect each other. And today, Malik Thomas is the one that separated the game for us. We were struggling to get baskets, and he just drove and got them.
Matt.
Coach Malik, when we just spoke to him, he said this was a character-building win. Could you get that sense on the road? The environment was getting there. I mean, what does this win do for your team?
I like the fact that we went 2 for 17 and won. So that here's what happens: you miss. You can't be down about skill stuff. You just got to play through. But all the easy stuff, running the court, spacing where you're supposed to, being shot ready, sprinting, defending, rebounding in traffic, yelling for ball. It takes no skill. It takes no confidence. Be confident. It doesn't take that. It's just energy and effort. And then your offense will show because you're building your own muscles by doing it that way. And it's just taking time to get them to think in those terms. Do the easy stuff really hard. See, I've had guys, you've seen guys, where they want to make an unbelievable play every 5th play. So the other 4, they don't have to play. So I'm going to do something crazy, boom, and then I'm out for 4 plays. And then I'll do something else. I can't coach that guy. I mean, I just can't. And so what you're seeing is make easy play. We didn't turn it over late in the game. I mean, for a while, I don't think we turned it over. It says a lot about all of the guys on the team because they were all touching the ball.
Hey, Coach, you talked earlier this week about just wanting a consistent mindset from your team. Curious what you thought about, what was their mindset like today?
Well, I gave them off Sunday. And so we had 1 day of preparation for this game. And what it showed me was we had the energy we needed late in the game to win the game. My guess now is I'm going to give them tomorrow we'll shoot free throws, watch tape, but nothing else. And we got 2 days to prepare for a game. I think we play Saturday. All I'm saying to this team, this may be a 2-day-a-week off team, and bring it during the games. Really smart. We are athletic, and our speed does kill. And so maybe that's this team. I got to figure that out. But when you practice, you got to go. Because when you're on that court, you only know one thing. I'm going hard. Everything I'm doing is locking into this practice. So I've got to figure that out with this group.
Yeah, Coach, you kind of briefly touched on it already. When you go 2 for 17 from beyond the arc and you're able to score 56 points in the paint, what'd you like about your team getting downhill and getting into transition tonight?
Well, I got a couple guys that are so good going to the rim, but they got that bag of tricks over here that they got to grab into and shoot contested threes. Like, why? When you go to the rim, you're either dunking it, grabbing, and one. Why would you do it? Well, you know, that's part of me. I can really, okay, now you're 0 for 4. You could have had 8 more points, maybe 9, 10, because they would have fouled you. It just, they'll get it, but they got to keep sticking their hand on the stove and just say, come on, man. And one of the things I told them this week, and the guys that have played for me, we're coaching individual players to be their best. My staff adds value to individual players or they're not on my staff. Well, they'll say, well, you don't care about winning. Well, you probably haven't watched me coach or been in a practice. You can say that. Not true. But I do know my responsibility is to help every player be their best. I will not live with regrets. They might, because they won't listen. And they'll fight me till the end. Okay? You're going to look back and say, I should have just listened. Yeah, 80 guys get drafted and made $6 billion and shit, 13 All-Stars and MVPs. But you do it your way. And that's where I am with some of the guys. Just look, I'm trying to make it so you are your best. The other thing with my team, even though there may be the same position, they are not the same. Nick is so different than Malik Ewing. TB, different than those two. Carter and Billy, 2 different players. They may be the same size. Our 3 guards are all completely different. So just be the best you are. Be a star in your role in what you do for us, because everybody's different. So I'm doing everything I can. It's all the mental part of this. And it's hard, because you know what they do when the game ends?
You guys scored 56 paint points tonight. I guess just how big of an emphasis was that for you guys going into this game? And I guess just what kind of led to that success for you?
It's been an emphasis every game we play. The biggest thing is you can't come down when they're set defensively and mess with the ball and think you're going to touch the lane. If they're back there, just pass it and cut and move and play. And then you can touch the lane. But it's hard because the guy that catches it, he's got to show his bag of tricks before he passes. And it's not one guy. We're really working on that to try to get us to do it. They went zone on the baseline out. They went zone, and I thought our kids executed pretty good. We're a good zone offensive team because we can shoot.
Matt.
Yeah, second straight game that one of your freshmen has gone from quiet to turning it on in the second half. What do you think it is about Malik Thomas that it's so easy for him to do that?
Because he has an otherworldly belief in himself, confidence. It's not normal. There is nothing I can say that will make him think you can't do something. I won't even try. I'll just look and smile. You say, why would you call that timeout when he had one more free throw? Because I had all the faith in the world he was going to make it. But I also wanted to tell the rest of the guys, if he misses, we're going to foul. We're not going to give him a chance for 3. But I knew, I said, he'll make this. And now look at me, don't foul up 4. Because I figured somebody may try, but they didn't, so.
Yeah, Kyle, sorry, I've got one unrelated to tonight, but you were here for a couple of the Thunder's playoff games, following Shea and Kaysen. What was it like kind of following their run in the playoffs?
Well, first of all, they're both unbelievable teammates, and they were for me. Unbelievable families that got them to understand it's not just about you, it's about everybody. You go do your thing. But how about Shea giving up money that would have been his that he gave to the team so that they could pay other guys and give them more? How about Kaysen Wallace ends up being Defensive Player of the Week? Think about it. Now, you understand he could score. But he's doing whatever they want him to do. Unbelievable teammates. Shea was so locked in this summer to coming back and doing a repeat of what he does. It was like I can't even get a hold of him right now. And that's unusual. If I text him, I gotta call, I text his mom, I mean, you know, she's still got the same number. But you know what, I respect that. He is so locked into his team and his own family. Both of those two, I'm so proud of them in what they've been able to do, and you know, what they did for me and my family.
Final question, Ted.
John, obviously, the next game's Kentucky, and I think you were open with us last year about the emotions going into it. Is it just another game now that they're coming home to Bud Walton, or are there still gonna be emotions for the likes of you, DJ, some of the other guys?
I don't think so, but what I would say, it's the next game. And we're in a different position. We kind of flipped the switch. Like last year, we were like, what were we when we went to play them?
1-6.
And then we got them pretty good, but we were 1-6. Somebody said it was, I didn't care who it was. We needed to beat somebody. And now, the only significance of the game to me is we need to keep winning because let's stay pace with what's going on and people around us. And they're playing great. Mark Pope's doing a great job. He is. Look, for them to struggle and then to him to get him going, he's the right guy for that job. He is.
Thanks, Coach.